Hello there, my lovely frugal friends. Now, if you're wondering why I'm standing next to the oven when I'm going to be talking about my freezer, it's because I've got things in the oven that need to go in the freezer and there's barely any space for me to put things in. It needs reorganising. If you've watched a previous video of mine, I will put a link in the description box below. Stuff has been going on in the world, in my life, and sometimes things just get neglected and forgotten, and the freezer is one of them. I literally have just been throwing stuff in. We get stuff from Olio or we buy something and it's just getting hauled into the freezer, so it needs a good clear out and I need a plan. So you're going to come along with me while I make this plan. So let me tell you what I've got in here that's going to go in there. Quick look, because the oven's on. We've got 2 walnut breads, a banana bread, another banana bread. That's Chris's sandwich loaf. That's going to go into the fridge, but all those will be sliced and go in the freezer. So I definitely need space because I put them on trays first. So I leave them to cool, put them on a tray, sliced, and then we bag them. And the reason I do that is because I've found in the past if you put it straight from cooled, sliced, and into a bag without separating it all and freezing them individually, they stick together, something shocking. So let's head over to the freezer. Now, those of you who've watched videos before know that we do have a separate freezer for all our bread products, so none of our bread's in here. We keep that completely separate. It's a chest freezer we keep in the dining room. This is just the main freezer that we use, and like I say, it's got a bit of a mess. And you can even see I'm traying stuff in there already. If you're wondering what this is, let me get this out while I cook. See, stuff dropping everywhere. This is tomato puree, tomato paste. I got a big massive jar of it and I knew I wasn't going to go through it that quick, so I just decanted it into great big blobs. So those are frozen solid, and then I can bag them up, and again they won't stick together, so I need to sort that out. Then we've just got a mishmash of veggies that are not normally on this shelf that I would normally put other places. This is normally meant to be Chris's shelf with all his stuff that he takes to work. So it has his ice cream in there, but it also has the walnut bread and the banana bread or the apple bread or whatever else we use. The ice pops, valuable for the summer, are in there, but for some reason there is garlic in there with them as well. I do not know why. We have got a water bottle in there. I think that we were using that in the car to make our what I call redneck AC. So put this near your fan and it blows over the water and cools you down. Or if it's warm at night, bottle of water or a freezer cube, whatever you want to call these, chuck it in your bed before you go to bed. Cools the bed down. It's like a hot water bottle but in reverse. Anyway, what else? We've got loads of veggies in there and some Beyond stuff, and we've got other veggies in there, some stuff that I have cut up myself, so we need to have a look at what those are. So I'm going to empty this out, put it all on the table. I have made myself a rough Monday through Sunday sheet. I'm sure you can print these off on Pinterest and they're beautiful and wonderful, or you can get magnetic ones. We've sort of got a magnetic one, but it's been written on so many times it's gone a mess. Anyway, we're going to make a plan and see what we can make. The freezer is telling me, get on with it. So I've cleared everything out. I've left a few little bits in the door that I'm not too worried about because I have a stock bag in the door. Let me just grab it. So this is my stock bag. So that's all my choppings and bits and bobs and ends of what we got in there. Onion, ends of broccoli. I've even got the main middle section of sweet corn in there. So all that can go in there and be ready to use. I've got a little bit of pineapple in there, which I think I'm going to use to some pineapple rice. And we've got some dumplings at the bottom. So looking at what we've got, I forgot we'd got meatballs. Didn't realise I'd got so much broccoli and cauliflower. I clearly, whenever it's available on Olio, click yes please and then forget that I've already got a load of it in. I found sprouts in there that we've had for ages. I've also got parsnips in there, vegetable mash. I've got normal mash. I'm making sandwich loaf, which can also be used as a roast dinner meat. I'm thinking next Sunday, massive roast dinner. So on my Sunday, I'm going to write down that we're going to use some of the root mash. We're going to use some of the mash. We're going to use some sprouts. We're going to use parsnips. And and definitely some, broccoli and cauliflower. So that is going to use up a lot. Now the other thing that I noticed that I used, that I get a lot of from Olio, is stir fry mix. I normally get that every time it comes in, but I end up with absolutely loads of it. And I have used quite a bit up, but we do have quite a bit left, and it's starting to get a little bit of freezer burn. So we're definitely going to have a stir fry one day this week. I'm thinking I'm working Tuesday. I work a bit later on Tuesday. Stir fry is nice and easy. I can get all the veggies out in the morning and just put them in the pan in their bags and cover the pan up and just leave them to defrost during the day. I think I'll probably throw in some peppers in there as well. So Tuesday we're going stir fry. So we've got a bag of bean sprouts. This is some cauliflower. No, it's not. It's some coleslaw that I got. I got a massive tub of coleslaw absolutely ages ago from Olio, and it was going out of date, so I washed it. I washed all the stuff off it, and you're basically just left with a load of vegetables. So I'm going to use that. So I'm going to use, I might not need to use the peppers. This one's got peppers in. So we're going to use the mixed pepper stir fry. Let's write that down. We're going to use the coleslaw mix, and we're going to use a bag of bean sprouts. That will make a really hearty veggie. So bean sprouts. Now, let me think, what can we have with that? I know I've seen some rice somewhere. There's rice. We've got rice, so that's already available to us. So we will use some of that. We will use some of the pineapple, because pineapple rice with stir fry. Yum. So that is quite a lot of stuff used. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to start to put away some of the things that we're using, so we can then see whatever else is left. That's Tuesday and Sunday sorted out. Now Monday, Chris is going to go and meet his friend. We found that there is a chilli in there, so he's going to take that on Monday with some noodles. So that's him sorted. So we'll get rid of the chilli. I'm going to have soup on Monday because I have got two different soups here. I have got a carrot and coriander or a vegetable. I think I'm going to go for the vegetable. That's going to go in the fridge to start defrosting. So that's soup. So let's pop those. I'm going to put this in the fridge as well because that can start defrosting overnight. Ready for Chris to take on Monday. So let's pop those in there out of the way. That's those things done. Now something else that I have seen, which I think would be really nice, is we've got this Mediterranean vegetable selection that's got a little bit of frost on it, but it's fine. And I have got these red peppers here. So I'm going to pop those together. I'm going to put the gnocchi that we've made, this is homemade gnocchi, with that as well. And I know that this is a red pesto. So there is Wednesday night's tea. So red pepper, pesto, gnocchi. Right, there we go. That's that. So that can go in next. Now what I'm doing is, if you come round, Chris, come round to the freezer so they can see. So that's Tuesday's stir fry. That's Sunday's roast dinner. And I think I'll just pop Wednesday's food there as well. So that's Tuesday, Monday in the fridge, Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday at the back, so we don't have to get to it too easily. And now we need to think about the rest. Right, 3 days left. What else can we make? Now, in fact, I'm looking at this. I've got stock here. I'm going to put 2 of the stocks in the back, just out of the way. One of the stocks is going to go towards gravy for Sunday. So that can go in there. The other two can just go in the back. Now we've still got some more pesto left that we're not going to use quite yet, so that can go in there as well. Now we've got no real protein for our stir fry. Now what flavour we're going to go for this stir fry, not sure, but I do have some meat chunks. These are sausagey crumbles. They can go with the stir fry, I think. So that's that in there. These I'm just going to put away. Chris can have these for his breakfast, so I'll pop them on his shelf. Ice cream is mostly Chris's, so that can go on his shelf. What have we got left? We've got chips, we've got sausage. Got to go for a classic. We've got sausages somewhere. Yes, we've got meat-free Richmond sausages, or we've got some plant living leek and mushroom sausages. I'm going to go for the meat-free ones. We're going to go sausage, chips, and we've got beans in the cupboard. Classic tea, easy to do, not an issue. That is another one. Done. Who doesn't love sausage, chips and beans? And we could even throw some peas on there. Sausage, chips and peas or beans, we can make a decision. There we go. So that's when that night. We're going Thursday night, sausage, chips and peas or beans, depending on what takes our fancy. Right, what have we got left? That's a soup, that's a soup. More sausages, some mince, some plant pieces. Ooh, ooh, I found this. Stir fry. This, now if you saw the tomato paste at the beginning, this is Thai curry paste. I basically did the same thing, put great big globs on a tray, freeze them separately, and then that's Thai green curry paste. So that's adding to our stir fry. So we're having a Thai stir fry. So that's going to go on top of there. Okay, how many nights have we got left? We've got 2 nights left. What could we go for? Let's have a think. We've not got a great deal of stuff that's going to cohesively go with a meal. We could do a throw it together kind of casserole-y thing. Let's have a bit of a think. Right, come up with a plan for the last 2 days. So we have got these leftover bean sprouts. We've got this purple sprouting broccoli, which has actually got watermelon, radish, beans, garlic stuff in there. We've got some chickpeas. So we're going to go for this. I got this in a bread and butter thing recently. We've had one already. It's super, super tasty. So we're going to make a Caribbean curry using those ingredients. And we can either have it with noodles or rice. It depends. We've had rice once this week, so we might have it with noodles instead. So that is that. That is Friday. And who doesn't like a Friday night curry? So let's make a bit of space in there. Now, where are we up to? Okay, yeah. And Saturday, we're going to go for cottage pie. We're going to use our mince. We're going to use these potatoes I got in a bread and butter thing, and they were basically just a vacuum packed chips. So what we're going to do instead, these have been blanched and then frozen, is I'm just going to put them in a pan, boil them up and make them into mash. So they were going to go mash, mince, whatever vegetables we've got. We might use a bit of sweet corn, because who says you don't? You don't have to use certain things. You don't have to use carrots and peas. Use whatever you've got. I might throw some broccoli and cauliflower on the side there. So we're going to have cottage pie and veg. So let's put all that in the freezer, see what we've got left, and then we can put everything else away. Right, so my top 2 shelves now are meals for this coming week, and I have thought about something else. Sunday night roast dinner, or Sunday days roast dinner, can then be transferred to Monday or Tuesday as a bubble and squeak. So whatever you've got left over, because I know there's quite a lot of veggies there and mash and stuff, so I'll always make over, and so we'll use that for bubble and squeak. So that's like another day's meal on top of that. The rest of the stuff for now, until this is all gone, is just going to go in these bottom two drawers. I'm just going to put the vegetables in one drawer, the other products in that drawer, and then have this really well cleared out. Any ingredients, so my garlic's gone in the door, my tomato puree as well is just going to go in a bag in the door, and it's all going to be tucked out of the way. So there we go, I've made my list with my scruffy handwriting. I don't have the best handwriting in the world, it's not too bad though. But at least we have got a plan. So let's go through. Monday, chilli for Chris, soup for me. Tuesday, stir fry. Wednesday, red pepper pesto with gnocchi. Thursday, sausage chips and peas. Friday, curry with chickpeas, veg, bean sprouts and broccoli. Saturday, cottage pie with veg and using the frozen potatoes. And Sunday, a roast dinner using the root mash, the other mash, some sprouts, some parsnips, some broccoli and cauliflower. We've got a plan. This is good. This is going to clear out so much space from that freezer. I should do this more often. I really am terrible sometimes, but you know, life gets in the way and we can't always be perfect and have perfect lists of what we've got and what we have in. So there we go, that's what we've done. I hope you enjoyed this video, found it a bit interesting, a bit informative, and the idea of something to do. The freezer is organised now, so that's a good thing. And we can now have a little rest. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have got my bread and butter thing video over here, and YouTube will pick you something suitable to watch that you might enjoy. Thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.